I was talking to ChatGPT earlier.
Yeah.
And I sent in like, some information about our pod, our channel and stuff. And they were like, pretty much we need to work on SEO because like our thumbnails and our titles could be better.
Yep. And it attract more audience.
Yeah.
You heard, I told you, I know I done told you about Earn Your Leisure, the podcast.
Yeah, what about
they
it?
They got an episode on YouTube. It's a big YouTuber and he talks about thumbnails. It's probably like 2-3 years old and how he even gets people to do his thumbnails and his clips. Like people who specialize in doing that and it increases their engagement.
It's important.
Just off the thumbnail.
It's important. Yeah, he was telling me he was watching some Mr. Beast thing and they'll like make 100 different thumbnails for one video and like
it's
try
like
out different ones. Yeah.
Yeah. You got a cup, bro?
A cup? I think I do have a cup. One sec.
Okay. That'll work. We'll make it work. Yeah, you might be like Gabe Nouns on city funding, art, on like the thumbnail type shit.
Even as far as just having like enticing stuff going on in the back, like instead of just the background of the studio.
Yeah.
What are you doing in his mouth, bro?
Yeah.
I don't fucking weak.
What y'all got going on?
Yo, that wine the other night at the assembly show fucked me up, bro. No, I'm talking about it gave me a headache.
Oh, damn.
Bad. Like, I don't even remember having a headache like that.
What you was drinking, bro?
Bro, I was drinking Tito's. Like, I'm usually fine. Like, I drink Tito's and I never have a hangover.
Vodka
like,
give you a
I'm
headache,
fine. Huh? It wasn't the vodka. I always drink that. Okay. I drank 1 cup of that sangria. And literally, like, 30 minutes later, my head started pounding, bro. Like, I barely drove home. I get home, I gotta take a pill. I forced myself to throw up to fucking just get it out.
What you eat, bro? I drank a couple of them sangrias. That was good.
Yeah, I think wine just isn't for me. Like wine and champagne gets me.
Did you go out after that?
We went and got some food.
Oh yeah.
We went to what's it called? Chicho's?
Yeah, you might have ate too late, bro. Especially some spicy tomato sauce plus some liquor late at night. That'll do me dirty.
I don't know. I think it was sangria, bro.
I got bad acid reflux, bro. So that's a combination for death right there.
I used to get like heartburn all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of stopped when I stopped drinking soda like that.
Yeah, I don't really drink soda. I don't drink soda. I drink ginger ale, but that shit ain't soda, you know.
I think it is. I think it's the same thing.
I won't pay you to
Why did he just do that to Gay's mouth? Are you recording this? Can you please show that you're recording on this? Okay, because what are you doing?
Yeah.
We can't do it.
Yeah.
That was one thing Mr. Beast was like, it's really about facial expressions. Like, people notice that in the thumbnail. And he was like, all Mr. Beast thumbnails, his mouth is always open.
That's weird.
And another interesting thing that Mr. Beast was talking about, huh?
Karen?
What?
Who noticed that?
I just seen him talking about that. He was talking about that on an interview. But
crazy, right?
Mr. Beast also was talking, he was on like this video chat with Mark Zuckerberg and some other people. And he was like, Mr. Beast was like, all his videos that do the best on Facebook is him not talking at all. It's no words in it. And Mark Zuckerberg was like, it's probably because the majority of Facebook users don't speak English. So it'll push it to more people. Because I think it's like 500 million people on Facebook and like only like 100 million of them speak English. Like
That's
Facebook's
crazy.
like a worldwide company.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like trying to keep up and figure out how the internet works, like how to promote your stuff, how to get it to the right audience, I think is key. Because a lot of times you can go viral, like you can have something go up and a bunch of people will see it, but that doesn't mean, like they might just look at it and scroll past it.
Right.
But it's about finding that target audience that like wants to see it and wants to go see more of your stuff.
Yeah, and I think even like really paying attention to your analytics and figuring out what's effective, who are the people you're reaching, what type of activity do they have on social media, et cetera, you know what I mean? Because that's important, you know what I'm saying? Because you could be promoting at 7, everybody up at 12 or something, I don't know, on your page.
Yeah, time is important too. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, man.
But yeah, I think it's really just reps, bro. It's like the more somebody sees something, the better. If you can get it on all the platforms, which, you know, I'm guilty of not doing because that should be a lot. But all the platforms definitely make it more effective. Instagram's my social media poison of choice. But, you know, beautiful tool at the same time. So.
Yo, I talked to Stormy Blue, and she put something in perspective for me that I didn't really think about. She was like, Instagram is a lot better for, like, local stuff. Like local targeted stuff. If you're making content like her about local companies, local businesses, Instagram is a lot better for that, for reaching local people. TikTok is more like a worldwide thing. If you want to reach, if you have like a general topic or whatever it is that people from all over would care about. Yeah. Because people from like Los Angeles probably wouldn't care about a food spot out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, you might create that interest too. So, you know, so, but yeah, you're right. I think you're right. So, yeah, bro, social media is, you know, You got to use it or it's going to use you. Shit. For real.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean.
It's definitely using us. I mean, we're the what was that documentary that had Karen when it was like
we the victims.
We're the product.
We the victims.
It's like, no, it's like you're thinking that you're getting this free product like Instagram. It's free. But like, no, we're the product.
Yeah, they're selling us.
Yeah, we're the one. We're making money for them through other means,
for sure.
like data and shit, like whatever, advertising. But also crazy ass, they did I think it was a study or I think it might have actually been a whistleblower from, I think, Facebook or Instagram. But they found out that these social media companies can sense when a girl or like when somebody's sad. Like if a girl posts a selfie and then deletes it right away, they'll like kind of recognize that she might feel bad about that. She might be a little sad or depressed about that. And then they'll feed her a targeted ad in that moment.
Well, I know
because you're more susceptible to like make a purchase if you're feeling down.
I mean, you would be a fool to think that they use facial recognition for facial recognition only. Like even on your phone.
See what you're looking at.
Yeah,
like,
I don't have facial recognition as far as a password set up on my phone. I did at a time, so they probably already got me. But yeah, bro, they're definitely watching your, it's like a documentary that came out on Netflix a few years ago. They're definitely watching your facial expressions to see how you react to things, if you're smiling, if you're laughing, to deliver you content that's going to keep you on the app, you know, because ultimately that's what helps them the most. So, you know, it's a scary thing, even marketing, advertising, how you talking about people sending you that. People can send you stuff based off your search history, based off of your audio, you know. We could talk about Doritos, right? We ain't going to type Doritos in at all. I guarantee one of us going to get a Doritos app, probably. Like,
is that real, though? I've heard that so many
bro.
times. I don't think it's happened to me, though. I'm like, is my phone really listening
it's
to me?
It's because you're from Bosnia,
that?
bro. They're not.
They don't understand what I'm talking about? Talking about some other shit?
Nah, bro, it's real. It's real. I've seen it happen multiple times. And I'm sure, you know, whoever's listening is also had it happen.
I've definitely heard a lot of people say it.
Yeah, bro. It's happened. Siri is always listening.
Siri? Well, I have my Hey Siri off.
See, you just say her name now and it comes.
Oh, you don't have yours off?
Nah.
I have mine set to where, like, to use Siri, I hold the lock button for a couple seconds instead of saying Hey Siri. You can turn, and then it's not listening to you supposedly. So you could turn that off.
Allegedly.
Yeah, in this age, bro, we're going more and more towards like privacy will just be a thing of the past. There is no more privacy. Like it'll get even more invasive when they can read our thoughts. And it's like they know exactly what you're thinking. Yeah, I love Black Mirror.
Yeah, I mean.
A lot of that stuff is right around the corner, I feel like.
Yeah, they got the social media, and that was first season Black Mirror, which came out while I was still in college. So that had to be 2015, 2016, where they talk about the social media ratings for people. Like you can swipe up and down on a rating for people. I don't know if you remember that episode. Like,
I think I do. Yeah.
It's like first season. Karen, pull
it was a girl that went to her friend's birthday party.
No,
you talking about that one? She went to her birthday party and like she didn't really like her. She brought
and
her.
She had to ride a tractor trailer and some more stuff. They doing that in China right now, bro.
The social credit score.
Yeah,
bro, that's the thing. Like if your credit score gets too low, like you can't go to work or you can't go to this place or you can't like do certain things. It affects you. Like you can't use your bank account. Scary, bro.
No Diddy. Oh wait, no, they ain't do that to Diddy. They did that
to
Diddy. They did that to Kanye.
They need to do more to Diddy than they're doing now.
Hey, bro.
I wanted to talk about that. So the Diddy verdict came out today. Pull that video up, Karen. Something that brought a tear to my eye, bro.
No, it did not, bro.
Fans are starting their own baby oil freak-offs outside the Diddy trial. This is America. This is freedom, bro. This is freedom right here. How you feel about this?
I don't. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know, bro. I haven't been posted up watching the Diddy shit. You know what I mean? I don't have major opinions about it. I've seen a lot of the same stuff everybody else has seen. You see the baby oil stuff. You got the video with Cassie, which is very unfortunate.
That's all I needed to see.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
that's told me everything I need to know.
The character of a man goes. You know what I'm saying? So,
but the character and also the audacity, because you know that's not his first time doing. If you're in the hallway of the hotel doing that, you feel comfortable doing that. Like that's not your first time doing it.
Yeah, I mean, somebody brought up too that he probably rented out the whole floor because he had that much money. But either way, it doesn't obviously make it okay. But yeah, as far as the trial go, bro, I don't know, man. I really wish, you know, somebody would do some like Boondocks type shit around, like some content, not like funny shit, but like some satirical, maybe Childish Gambino type of content surrounding this topic and what's really going on in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the bigger thing that I think about is like what's really going on when it comes to, you know, the sex trafficking, you know, abuse of superstars, what's really going on behind doors type of shit, bro. Like,
no, for sure. He's just the current face of it. Like, there's so much of this going on behind the scenes we don't know about. But bro, this also is setting a precedent for everybody else. Like, okay, we can do whatever we want now. We're not. Well, first of all, people are saying that he's going to get away free. We don't know that yet. He got found guilty on 2 of the trafficking charges, or the transportation for sex. What was it called? The judge just denied his bail, which is a shot, because those charges hold like a maximum of 10 years per charge, and he got 2 of them. The judge denied his bail, so that is kind of showing, like, leaning towards, like, the judge might give him some time.
Bro,
we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know, because I have been watching it, but assumably I'm sure he's going to do some time. You know, he's black in the judicial system.
What kind of Boondocks content? You said what?
I say he's black in the judicial system. You know, I don't think.
I'm not even attaching race to this, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying in a sense of, you know, how in statistically speaking, you have a man who is, they said they charged him on 3 things.
Go up, Karen says it right there. He got charged, found him guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution this morning.
Was it the morning of, or was it? No, I'm chilling. Let me chill.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You said this morning like it was like the morning of
happened
the
this morning.
case. No, I'm just messing. I'm trolling, bro. But yeah, bro, it's not looking good for dude. And you know, I don't have many opinions about it. I don't care that much. It's unfortunate all the way around.
I care. I mean, if you're doing stuff like that, bro, you go to prison. Yeah. You going to prison. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, how much quote unquote impact you have. You can't do stuff like that, bro.
That's a fact.
Like, I don't know.
That's a fact, bro.
People are saying Kid Cudi, it was like a meme going around with the dude holding the guns, like Kid Cudi waiting outside the courtroom like this.
Bro said he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah. Crazy. And Kid Cudi testified about that, I think. That was in this case. Wasn't that, Karen? I think he went up there and testified that.
I hope he on Jamie Foxx him. You saw what Diddy did to Jamie Foxx.
So I've heard that too, that he's the one that
that right there.
Happened to him.
That right there, I got something to say about, you know, because Jamie Foxx is arguably the most talented man to walk this planet. Honestly, Jamie Foxx is.
He's up there.
No, bro.
I would say top 10.
Sure, okay, but I'm letting you know.
It's like 7 billion people in the fucking world.
I don't know, bro. As far as entertainment goes, nobody fucking with Jamie Foxx. Bro can play instruments. He funny. He can sing. He can write. He has his own TV show. Sitcom.
I can see that. I'm not mad at that.
He can do film. He can act. You know what I mean? But yeah, in the stand-up, he talks about it. In the Jamie Foxx stand-up, he talks about the situation with Diddy and how he woke up in a coma. And
I watched that stand-up. I don't remember him saying that he thinks it was Diddy, or he said it in like a jokingly way.
I haven't watched it since I watched it for the first 2 times, but you gotta watch it again. He definitely says something in relation to it,
alluding to like Diddy,
alluding to like know he did it not do it type shit. You know,
this is Kid Cudi's car. Oh, he also did something. Didn't they kill his dog or something like that?
Like put his dog in there and left the gas on or something?
They type in what they do to his dog, because also at the same time this happened, they did something crazy to his dog. I want to say they killed his dog, or they might have shaved his dog, or some wild shit. What did they say? Hey, that man is a fucking. And Kid Cudi claims Diddy broke into his house and injured his dog. What did he do though? Go down. It should say what they did to his dog.
I never know how to sit up here. Like, do you go slump back in the couch? Like,
go back. Type in just Google search. What happened to Kid Cudi's dog?
What do you think this is a distraction from?
I don't know.
You seen it's a movie called, it's like Wag the Tail of the Dog, Wag the Dog.
I don't think so.
It's a dope movie that I had to watch in school, and we analyzed pretty much the use of media events to distract the larger public from greater world events or mistakes of like presidency or government issues, et cetera. Like, obviously, propaganda has been a thing since the television was created. It was called the propaganda box, like literally when it was created. But
even before that, just print media was that too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think that stops.
It's a lot of things going on. That's the crazy part right now in the world. It's so much going on, from the wars to these trials to like the whole system of the world change. Like, global system is like changing right now. Like how countries do trade, how they interact with each other, like
tariffs, all types of stuff.
Tariffs, like our fucking rights, you know, like women's rights, like that changed. You got this bill that Trump just dropped, which honestly, I like a lot of stuff Trump does, but I do not like this bill, bro. It's just stupid. Bro. Like, what?
Nah, man.
You don't think I like a lot of stuff that Trump does?
What Rick Ross say? He said, "Let me go to the car real quick."
Never come back. Nah, this bill is dumb, bro. It just gives a bunch of tax cuts again to the richest people. They're gonna do better off, and then they're cutting Medicaid. Like adding all these requirements for Medicaid.
Trump said, "Hey guys, here's my plan." What was it? The 2050 plan?
Well, you're talking about the 2025 Project 2025, but also he wasn't really a part of that.
Well, about 50-60% of it's been enacted already. So
okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I looked down that list when it dropped, and I wasn't mad at all that stuff. Some of that stuff was decent.
Overall, I can't fuck with Donald Trump or the air he breathes, and without great explanation. I don't know how necessary it is, but I feel like, as far as a country and being a leader of a country, he's not doing the best job. And I
like it. What you with the border.
If it's like, bro, it's like a job. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you to work for us to do this thing. You know what I mean? You might not like it all the way. You're gonna like some of the stuff. We're gonna give you pizza. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have parties. You're gonna get PTO, shit like that. But ultimately, the shit is a scam. You know what I'm saying?
What's a scam?
I don't know, bro. I'm saying the overall system, the methodology of this shit. Like what's going on now, even with him, even with the Supreme Justices that we have in seats right now and the different structures of laws that he's trying to reverse. Yeah, bro, it's not.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you partly. Like, I don't like everything he does, but I do like bringing back law and order to the country. I like the stuff he's doing with the border. I like how they took us off the path.
Deportation? Is that what you're
talking about? Closing the border down.
Okay.
Now,
I gotta.
The deportations is now like how we're getting the people out of the country.
I was just out here.
I heard they were at Jose Tequila's.
What if they would have snatched your shorty up? Gone, nigga.
My shorty's only Latina
I'm just saying,
in spirit.
I'm saying. Let's say we in the pod right now, bro. ICE busting your crib, take your shorty, she gone.
She's a citizen.
She's not a citizen. She's an illegal immigrant.
She's not, though.
Yeah. I'm saying, in theory.
I say my girl's Latina a lot, but she's really not. She has some Latina somewhere in her lineage, but
shout out to all.
I do like the fact that they kind of took us off the course of this woke ideology that we're going down.
You asked me, bro.
Making it seem like everybody's racist, making it seem like everybody's transphobic, like all this like blurring the lines of reality.
Do you think Donald Trump is racist?
No.
Okay, all right. Don't put that in the pod, man.
You can leave that in the pod. I don't. Nah.
Okay.
I think it's easy just to call somebody racist, bro.
I think it is too, and but I think that's a different conversation. Like I do think that the race thing gets thrown around a lot. I would agree with that. A lot of shit is just, brush that shit off, keep it moving. It's like somebody calling you fat. Like, okay, you're fucking fat. Like, it's okay. Get over it. But I don't think this is one of the cases where yeah, bro. Structurally and strategically, he uses a lot of racial rhetoric. You know what I mean? When you think about,
I think it's going back to what we talked about in the beginning of the pod. I think it's titles and thumbnails.
But I think when you go back,
titles and thumbnails.
But nah, bro. No, he's one of the greatest marketing minds to ever,
be in politics.
Touch this earth. Yeah, he's the next closest thing to Hitler when it comes to
how do you connect those dots?
The use of media to promote certain messages in order to empower the agenda of self. That's how I would say that. Hitler was able to make a whole motherfucking group of people be like, yeah, we're going to set these bitches on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're supposed to do because this is how the way it is.
That is interesting, though, how a charismatic leader can lead a people that may not want to do that, but to do an trick you into thinking that.
To storm the Capitol.
I don't think that was insurrection, Sue.
You don't think he had nothing to do with that?
I don't think he had anything really to do with that. And I don't even think that was an insurrection.
Bro. You crazy, bro.
I don't think it was.
Right. It was a demonstration. It was Labor Day parade.
It was a protest, bro. They invited them in the Capitol.
Protest, bro.
I had a roommate. Police invited them into the Capitol, bro.
No, they didn't, bro. Somebody got shot.
A cop got shot.
Good. They'd be all right. Brush that shit off.
What the fuck are we talking about?
It'll be okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got a vest on? That's on you, brother.
I don't know. What is this? What did you pull up, Karen? I've been seeing this guy. What's he talking about?
Bro,
His mustache is crazy. Oh, pause this? No, I saw somebody made a video. It was like, hey, if you're a Latina and you're about to get deported, like, hit me up.
You ever been with a Hispanic woman?
Have I been? No, I haven't.
Would you?
I have a girlfriend, bro. I can't answer
That's
questions
the right
like
answer.
that.
I was trying to set you up.
But yeah, bro, I mean, that's what I love about America, bro, where stuff like ideas and we can have dialogue about stuff and we can make change.
We can, bro.
It's hard. It takes time. But in other countries, like there's certain countries, bro, where you can't even say shit or you get come picked up. They'll pick you up.
Donald Trump's ethics are fucked up, bro. And I understand your perspective and I'll hold space for it. But I would have to completely disagree. I would definitely say that Donald Trump is racist. If he's not racist, he uses very racist rhetoric. Elon Musk is a drug addict. They're best buddies. You know, I wonder what they do together.
They're not even best buddies anymore.
All right.
They're beefing right now.
You know, that's what happens when you do drugs.
Trump is actually talking about deporting Elon right now.
Yeah, okay.
He really is.
That's what he needs to do instead of breaking up, you know what I'm saying, all these families that's actually out here paying taxes. You know what I mean? Like,
no, the new border czar that Trump appointed had a crazy answer because they asked him in an interview. I think it was like,
so we should be attacking other countries, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, they're asking the border czar. They're like, what are you gonna do about these families being separated, these children being separated from their family? Like, easy, we'll deport them all together. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Buddy's tripping.
I
always say he wouldn't have made it in the 80s.
I don't know, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to have a strong border. We can't just have people just coming in. Because at the end of the day, bro, the scary part is not about the good, hardworking, regular families that are here. It's about there's over 1,000 people that got caught crossing the border down on the terrorist watch list. That's just the ones that were caught. We're at war with all these different countries in some way. It's like this new Cold War proxy type shit going on. And they have sleeper cells in America. They literally do.
You don't think we got people over there?
We do, but
right.
I mean, I'm still scared about the people that are here that are trying to do some shit. Like, shit's getting weird, bro. We got to be on top of it. Like, you saw.
Well, it's like battleship, bro. You don't know that there's a ship right there until you put a bomb on that bitch. You know. So for everybody, cool. It really don't matter. What we really need to be talking about is how these little kids in America can't read and how we're behind as a country. Why can't we read? You know, why doesn't the average family have great financial stability? You know, why is there such a issue with gun violence in America? You know what I'm saying? We talking about terrorists coming in. We killing ourselves, bro. We ain't got to worry about terrorists. The gun violence is so bad. What we need terrorism for? You know what I'm saying? They ain't worried about that. They talking about, come on, bro. Like, it's little kids out here with guns, you know.
And we
talking about the border for some people that minding their own business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if more people did that, it'd be a better world.
I don't know what
let's go over here and drop a bomb on these motherfuckers. They ain't doing nothing.
I mean, there is other countries in the world that want to destroy us, bro. Iran literally says death to America.
Somebody said we have the strongest military in the world. I said, I don't think that's going to matter, baby. If they turn this power off, it ain't going to be no podcast. You see what I'm saying? What are we going to do when they turn off all the power and it ain't no cell phone, you know?
Yeah, that's another thing, bro. We're sending, like, a lot of our tax money goes to different countries like Israel or Ukraine, and we have all this money to go everywhere else, but our country seems like it's going to shit, and it's getting worse. Or at least it's not getting better. So it's like, if it's a money thing, like, we have the money to do it. Why haven't we fixed the homelessness problem? Why haven't we fixed the violence in a lot of, like, the inner cities? Like, why haven't we figured out a better way to educate our new generations so they can actually fucking read?
Population
I don't
control.
know, bro.
Get it.
I mean, that just leads into the question of, is it literally just like, is it malevolence? Is it like people that are like really want this to happen? Or is it like incompetence?
I tell you what.
And both of them are bad, but like, I don't know.
I tell you what. We have the power to at least change it locally. You know what I mean? You can make sure all these little kids out here in this, you know, undisclosed location, city that we're in, know how to read. Pause. And then, yeah, bro, we got to make sure these kids learn to read.
Virginia, man.
Like, when you think about stuff like, you know, the Black Panther Party and the free breakfast program, or like...
what was the free breakfast program?
Providing free breakfast to the community every day, as well as education for the kids and the youth.
Oh, the Black Panther set that up?
Yeah. That's how you get free lunch in schools. That's where that came from.
To this day?
To this day.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, bro. Black Panther Party. Well, they killed their leaders, the FBI. First,
Yeah, a lot of those like civil rights groups and a lot of groups that have the potential to make actual impact in America, they get infiltrated. And they get infiltrated and they get like just destroyed from within, it seems like.
Have you heard of any non-black groups that's happened to?
The hippies. The CIA either created the hippies or infiltrated the hippies, definitely.
Okay, other than that.
The hippie movement.
That's it. Hippies.
Rock and roll, like all entertainment, pretty much.
Rock and roll
CIA
came
did
from
that.
white people.
Okay, if you want to say that. But, I mean, in America, there's a lot of rock and roll that's from white people right now, but...
No, I'm saying like the sound of rock and roll came from a sound of black music. Like blues, and jazz.
I get that. But I'm saying the artists, the rock and roll artists that this happened to, that got infiltrated, were white.
But that's different. That's not a civil rights. I'm saying like, not civil rights, but you said leadership organizations. Other than the hippies, like a rock and roll band, okay, that's not a leadership organization.
Not a rock and roll band, just rock and roll in general.
Business.
As a genre, as of the movement it was creating, and it was giving people this freedom of thought and like saying fuck the system like that.
But that's also another propaganda tool. It's a medium of media that can be used. Just like hip hop has a very much set agenda as far as what's popular, based off of the people who control it that don't look like the people who
it seems like the Nation of Islam is doing pretty good at not being infiltrated, or am I looking at that wrong?
They killed Malcolm X. Sorry, bro. That was not funny.
The Nation did that?
No. Malcolm
CIA
X
did that.
Malcolm X was with the Nation of Islam.
No, I know. I'm saying, but you're saying the Nation themselves killed him, or CIA?
They have already been infiltrated. Their most prominent leader has already been killed. So what else are we going to do?
So what about Minister Farrakhan?
Minister Farrakhan is not Malcolm X, though. Very different, very powerful voice, and I think leads a lot of people to wisdom and light, and very inspiring. But yeah, as far as the Nation of Islam goes, they've already dismantled the Nation of Islam by killing its leader, and by killing Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Bobby, all of these people. Not only do you strike fear in people who are a part of this movement, but you've essentially made an example out of this person, which is why partially, even when you talk about the Diddy stuff, like, all right, whatever, let's say he get off on whatever, he not about to walk away, bro. They're not about to let him walk away. But I don't want to get back on that. But just as an example of like setting an example, you know what I'm saying, with somebody that is a leader, or somebody that's very wealthy in his case, you know what I'm saying? Like, so no, they're not going to be infiltrated the Nation of Islam, because the Nation of Islam doesn't have a fraction of the influence and power that it did at once to, the black movement or anything.
You ever heard of the theory that, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, some people say it's a fact, I haven't done too much research in it, but that Martin Luther King was actually a front man for the CIA? Like, they were telling him what to do?
I doubt it, but I haven't heard that theory.
There's a black dude, I forgot his name, but he was on Tucker Carlson. He was talking all about it. He was pretty much talking about how Martin Luther King was like the Diddy of his day. He was like a major freak, and he was doing all these freak off stuff and like just doing, and he was actually like controlled by, I think he was saying the CIA, maybe the FBI, but like that he wasn't really for black people. He was just acting like that, and he was really doing what they were telling him to do.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know.
You don't know. What do you think? Yes or no?
I don't know. I really don't know.
We got to get Karen on the pod one day, man. I don't think that's true, bro. Martin Luther King also was an alpha, which, is a historically black fraternity. So, I have some sort of respect for him just for being a part of that organization, that I would not think that he would do that.
That's an interesting question, though. What black organizations or movements didn't get infiltrated?
If you're hearing this at home and you don't know the answer, you should look it up. Just black organizations. Infiltrated is such an interesting word because some of them were originally funded by, maybe like the Rockefellers or something like that, with some of them being like HBCUs or even like the Urban League, the National Urban League. But I mean, I think all of the major ones that were targeted towards civil rights, right? You have Martin Luther King, who was just overall civil rights movement. You have Malcolm X, Nation of Islam, Marcus Garvey, who's the leader of the Black Panther Party. All are a little different in their approach, but ultimately for Black liberation, equal paying jobs, different opportunity, you know, the promise that America says that it gives to everybody that just so seems to skip over people who often are not white. You know what I'm saying? So,
did Marcus Garvey get assassinated too?
Yeah. They shot his house up. It was like I don't want to misquote, but it was like they put like 80 bullets in his motherfucking house, and they had one of his security guards. They pretty much coerced into being a part of the FBI. Gave him the floor plans of the house. They shot it all up. His wife was in there pregnant with his kid. She somehow survived. There's actually a documentary about it. A few of them. The Black Panther Party on like Hulu. There's a movie about it that stars Lakeith Stanfield where he plays the FBI guy. But yeah, bro, smoked him. Yeah, another dude.
I'm gonna send you this, but you should watch this. Let me know what you think. This is what I was talking about. This guy, man, right here. He's a very conservative Black guy, so he might not agree.
Do not play this, bro.
I like, bro. I'm the type of person I like to look at both sides of the story, or both, not just this Martin Luther King stuff.
There's no way.
Everything that's going on.
There's no way.
I will look at right wing stuff, left wing stuff, middle. I want to know what
if
everybody's
really with Jews?
Huh?
What if Hitler really fucked with the Jews?
Well, that's kind of hard to say with what he did.
Right, that's how I feel about Martin Luther King. What are we talking about?
But no, I think what he was talking about in this is that he
play this shit, bro.
We're not gonna. It's like 2 hour long.
Bro,
shit.
By the cut of his suit, I can just tell who he is.
He's a smart guy.
He seems very smart. Doesn't look like he has
Don't play this. I will send him this, and he can watch this on his own time. But it's interesting. I watched this whole thing. It's interesting. I never heard anybody say anything he said in this.
But I mean, you know, people like to chastise people, especially based off of their maybe sexual ventures, especially if they're like, you know, abnormal from the average person. Especially like, what if it was a woman? You know what I mean? And he's like, oh,
what do you think about Candace Owens?
She's a porn star, right? Oh wait,
Stop
no,
playing.
I thought you said Tiana Trump, brother. What
She's
do I
a
think about Candace
conservative
Owens?
Black woman.
The same thing I think about Diddy. Nothing. Like Candace Owens doesn't cross my mind a lot. Another person who seems like she's fucking brainwashed, bro. It's like we're all conditioned. Unfortunately.
Well, a lot of the time, not to cut you off, a lot of the time, at least for this past maybe couple decades, the mainstream opinion and the mainstream narrative of stuff is the left, is a Democratic side. So that is the mainstream opinion. So if you believe that, everything they say, I would leave that more to the brainwash side.
The people who talk the most usually have the least to say. You know? And
I don't know.
They got a lot to say, but they ain't saying shit. That's pretty much what I'm saying. And I don't think that the most educated and brightest of our time have stepped into these platforms that are made, essentially, in my opinion, to entertain, right? To entertain. When I get on Instagram and I'm on that shit too long and I'm looking at them, I be feeling like I'm entertaining. It's like I'm watching TV, whatever. To entertain, I don't feel like the smartest people are coming to the top, you know? Just like it's about popularity, bro. And literally what we just talked about, how they can send stuff to you based on your face and your ad and all that. They want you to stay on the app. It's not about, you know, real life stuff. It's about staying on this app. You know what I mean? So they're not necessarily going to send you, you know, the conscious, enlightened, you know, research-backed theories and minds of people who are thinking these great things. Like Candace Owens, bro.
Have you ever watched her talk about anything?
I've seen her talk about great things. Not great things. I've seen her talk about things.
He said she a porn star?
Nah, bro. Because what the fuck she be talking about? Bro, Candace Owens is not my cup of tea. I ain't gonna talk bad about the girl, but
I was just really trying to
she ain't saying nothing that's really cool or that I would agree with. Like, she sounds dumb. You know what I mean? I would disagree. She sounds lost. You know? You know how they say people are awakened or woke? I don't think woke is this thing that's like, oh, now you know about black people. I think woke is this thing where you're enlightened to understand who you are and based off of the generations before you, how you have become what you are. You know what I mean?
I like that definition of it. I think the definition of woke that we were getting to is who's the biggest victim and how can I blame everybody else for my problems. I disagree with that.
I mean,
I wouldn't say Candace Owens is dumb. I think she's very smart. I was really just trying to get your opinion on some black conservative people that are in the space right
now. Black conservative people in the space right now. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to read a lot. I know that, you know. I'm trying to read a lot of books, especially about American thought, Black American thought, just to understand more about how we got to where we are today. You know what I'm saying? Because our understanding of the world is just a fraction. And the shit that has went on is crazy, you know? Like, I'm trying to go to Africa at the end of this year. That's like a big goal of mine. If I don't do nothing else, is to go to Africa.
Where in Africa?
I want to go a few places. I want to go to Ghana. That's probably my top one. I want to go to Botswana, Egypt. Love to go to Morocco. I mean, there's a lot of places I would want to go, bro.
I heard in Egypt, like, you got to negotiate for everything. Like, you negotiate from everything from a hotel room to a bottle of water.
Hey, man, I mean...
Especially as, like, an American coming over, they'll try to rip you off for everything. So
well, hopefully I'm going to be with, like... I got a couple African cousins, you know, I might be just...
Yeah.
Bring them and...
I think that'll be cool, bro. I'm going to actually Bosnia at the end of this month. I'm taking my girlfriend this year.
Sheesh.
I'm going for, like, 18 days.
Damn,
I'm excited for that.
You got an extra ticket? Let me get out there.
Bro, ticket's like $1,200 right now.
Slight, bro. I give you this hat back. We good.
We good.
All 4 hats going for 12 piece. You dig it?
So you have some, you have family you're linking up with in Africa?
Well, I don't have any family necessarily that I'm linking up with in Africa. It would be beautiful to take maybe 1 or 2 of my African cousins. I don't know how likely that is.
Oh, from here?
Yeah, but also, again, Earn Your Leisure, the boys I was talking to you about, I want to go visit their development. They're building like a 400 acre compound in Africa right now. They're building homes and all of that. And honestly, bro, I don't know if you know, but the average age in Africa is like 20 right now.
It's a young population.
Yeah, the youngest population in the world. So it's the future of the world that we live in. You know, let's say we almost 30 now. Yeah, bro. Next 20 years, by the time we got kids and shit, the world's gonna look different. And I don't know if you heard about Akon City, but he's building a few of those.
I know. I've seen him talking about that for the last like 15 years.
Yeah,
I saw. I think on the interview he did with Earn Your Leisure is the one when they were like the jet was behind them.
Yep.
He was like he saw how what really inspired him and showed him that he can actually finish his project in Africa is how quickly they built Dubai. It was like they built the whole fucking city in 20 years, and before that, that would take like 100 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was like seeing how fast it did it in Dubai. I was like, okay, I can do that in Africa.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, but even like farming and different things that they have over there, they have like vertical farming systems, which is very different than what we do over here. And I just think the Western pieces of the world are so different, bro. And that's probably one of my biggest goals in life and like aspirations is not only to just travel the world and learn so many different cultures, but bring as many people as I can to do the same thing or vice versa. Because, bro, the world is so like, boom, it's right there. The world is so fast, bro. We just
bring people or bring back some ideas or concepts you learn from other people like in the world that are doing things differently.
Right.
So you bought your ticket already?
To what?
To Africa?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah?
No.
I wonder how much a ticket is to Africa. It's probably like $2 billion.
I'm gonna sail over there.
I'll take you.
You seen bro
like
who quit his job that sailed from like Seattle to Hawaii?
To Hawaii.
Yeah,
I saw that today.
Phoenix. I quit my job recently. I wouldn't say I quit, but I resigned.
From Assembly?
From Virginia Mocha.
Oh, from the Mocha.
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
I worked with Virginia Mocha the last 2 years as a development officer. So I was doing corporate support, membership, working with donors, and then I helped revamp and essentially launch Generation Mocha, which is a young leaders board of adults 21 to 40. So in short, bro, I was raising money from businesses and corporations to support the museum and to support the arts and help support artists in the area, supplying as many extensions to opportunities that I could from this accredited art museum that I worked at, and just trying to make it cool. And I definitely feel like I did that in 2 years. So
what are some things you learned doing that you feel like you will take with you like into your next phase of life? And I guess why did you resign?
What are some things I learned that I'll take to the next phase of my life? Definitely how to effectively fundraise, maintain, and steward a relationship. I think fundraising is mainly about relationships, and getting money or investors is mainly about how well you can connect with people and listen to what they're trying to support. I definitely think that I also learned that, you know, I'm fucking like the coolest, bro. Like I can be me in a room full of people that don't look like me, people that look like me. I don't really gotta.
You don't got to code switch.
It ain't about code switching. Code switching is, I mean, you can call it what you want, but like there's a way to present yourself to different people.
For sure. It was like, code switching is like, that's the thing that everybody does.
If I'm selling you this Deer Park versus I'm selling you this Evian glass bottle or this Topo Chico, you know what I mean? It's going to look different because I'm presenting it different. for a different thing. But at the core of it, I'm still me. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big thing that I learned is like, not even learn, but like, I've had jobs where I didn't feel like I could really do that. You know what I mean? And this was one where I definitely felt that way. I could be myself as an artist. I can, you know, do whatever. Why did I resign? You know, I think I had a beautiful time at Virginia Mocha. Probably my favorite job to date as far as like having a career, working somewhere, beautiful opportunity, dope staff. I just resigned because I knew what I want to do, and that's work for myself and grow Coffee Black into one of the largest arts, media, entertainment companies in the world. Right, that's really what I want to do. I was sitting down looking at my taxes, looking at my numbers. I was like, shit makes sense, but it don't really make sense. You know, I got a good job, I got benefits, I got health insurance, but I really wanted a raise. You know what I mean? I've been there 2 years, but that wasn't gonna happen at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit.
So if you would
I
have
would bet on me, bro. I'm gonna bet on me, bro, because I told myself when I got there, I worked there 2 years. That was my promise to myself, at least. I did that, and I was like, let me get out of here on a good foot. They still contract me to do some shit, and I'm still a part of the board I started, Generation Mocha, so helping doing special events, special projects. Still
well, I
tapped
think
in.
the Night Shift 3 on July 18th is at the Mocha, right?
Night Shift 3, July 18th, a beautiful, beautiful collaboration brought to you by Social Supply, Thank You Gallery, and Virginia Mocha. This is our third rendition. It's been a legendary run at the museum, and honestly something that I think we can grow and influence across the world, because when you think about museums, membership, and attendance, a lot of young people don't feel as welcomed or attend as much. So this has been record-breaking for new memberships at the museum.
Young people, and then people like in the space that we're in, I would say, like the underground creative space, like the museums feels like this more elite type vibe that's like out of our league. But I think what you guys do is it's a great way to kind of bring those worlds together.
For sure. And you're matching in a lot of different people. You have not just young people too, like you said, you have some more esteemed, you got some donors, some board members, you know, some regulars that go to museums and support the arts, but then you also have this underground scene, people who didn't even know the museum was there, which is most of the people, just understanding the level of contemporary art that's in our area. And Virginia Mocha has a lot of momentum right now. But yeah, July 18th, bro, we got tickets for Night Shift 3. We got some dope people, Infinite Peace, Gabe Niles will be providing sounds. We got Fortresses outside, 757 Grills doing a pop-up. You know, I think we got Acid Fish back again, food trucks. We using one of the studios to do an art demonstration. It's a dope-ass arts extravaganza takeover of a museum. We doing some shit that's different in a different space. And I think...
how much are tickets for that, and where do people get those?
Tickets are 20-piece, but if you are a member, right, which is the incentive that me and Eric was even really talking about when we started this, like, all right...
How do we get people to sign up for the membership?
For membership, because that was my thing. Like, that was what I was in charge of. And... the year before, we didn't meet our membership budget all the way. You know what I mean? So I was like, I got to think of something creative that I know I can do to hit this number. You know, smoke the number this year on my way out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm crashing numbers. But yeah, so if you get a membership to the museum, you get to come to all the night shifts for free. A membership is $50, but we
For the year?
For the year.
That's good.
But at the event, we charge $40. We take $10 off. And the ticket's $20.
That's great.
Yeah, the ticket's $20. So you didn't pay $40 membership. You didn't came to 3 $20 events free. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention the other stuff that you can just go there and do or whatever.
And you get membership spots with the Hermitage Museum, Virginia Zoo, Botanical Gardens. You know what I'm saying? You get free access to the exhibits, other events.
Yeah, we had Andrew Cronin on.
Yeah.
He's I forgot exactly what position he is, but he works at the Hermitage. He's been there for a while. Yo, he was telling us the history of the Hermitage, and it's actually it's a far fucking history, bro. Like, he was like the guy. It was a husband and wife that started it, and I believe he made his money by doing. He was in the textiles, I think.
You know it's haunted, right?
I didn't know that, but I think he did all the uniforms. Did he say for the Civil War? I think it goes far.
Which side?
I don't remember. It was one of those wars, like those early wars.
You never
did
know
all the uniforms
for
the. It might have been World War II. It might have been World War II.
They did the uniform for the Confederates.
It might have did. I mean, we're in the South. I mean, it might have did. Well, actually, was Virginia in the South? Were we in the South or North when the Civil War happened? We're in the South?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
might have been the South. Like this.
Either way, bro got a bag. He's turned it into the Hermitage Museum.
Heard it. Somebody got to make them. Government contracting.
Fashion, bro. Fashion. You mentioned your company, Coffee Black. I know as of right now, it's been mainly like a event company. You're throwing like event stuff. Like, what else do you see you guys doing?
Yeah, well, Coffee Black, number one, started off doing graphic design, photo, video. So when I got out of college, and really when I was in college, I was like freelancing already, doing a lot of graphic design. I used to work for the City of Newport News, doing a lot of flyers and stuff like that. So that's how I started off. And then when I really started pushing my music, I was like, yo, I want to do events. I'm trying to perform. I ain't performing at these spots that I want to perform at. I'm going to just do my own events. You know what I'm saying? That turned into damn. And even when I was in college, I learned, I was like, damn, I can really organize events very well. So right now it is a lot of events, like you said. But I definitely think that project management is a big piece of it. And that can be not only projects, but people. It could be like anything from a complete brand redesign to an artist rolling out a project. Then again, still the photo video. It's still the big service of ours. Booking services, booking DJs, talent, bands. I know so many bands, DJs, talent, and I also know the venues. So picking that up. Starting to put out more information too on other events. Although it's not necessarily a stream of revenue, that's something that's going to bring more awareness.
For people's events that you aren't a part of, just kind of doing like coverage of it?
Yeah, like 757 events, similar to like a NFK, was it Norfolk Currents, but they just do Norfolk. So, you know, a central place like that you can tell somebody you can go here and figure out what's going on or where to go, where the good food spots is. But yeah, bro, events, photo, video, and then I'm working on securing some clients just for monthly work. Then, of course, you know, I do the hosting. So the main thing with Coffee Black, though, is arts and entertainment. So when I say arts and entertainment, that's mainly art and music. So the media, the photo, video, the storytelling, which could be film, the events, ultimately will come back to those two things and everything that we do. So, you know, not only producing events, I feel like we're doing a lot of nighttime stuff. I'm trying to get more into the bigger scale events that we're trying to pop off this year.
Was the Wave Fest we did, was that one of the first events for Coffee Black? I feel like you started around that time.
Nah, I started pushing the brand around that time because everybody know Kelo, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to build Coffee Black, again, to be one of the largest arts and entertainment agencies in the world. You don't need to see me on it, you know what I'm saying? So I really started to push the brand, you know, and not as much me. I got a personal brand that I feel like is growing. I kind of want that to stay in music, hosting, community connector type of thing. You know, get shit done, find the right people. But Coffee Black is this agency that you can go to, you know, whether you're trying to build a marketing campaign or you're trying to put a festival together or you're trying to connect with the right people, you're trying to find a venue, you're trying to find a band, you know, a full service arts and entertainment agency. But started in 2020 when I started my business. So July, actually, a couple of days, it'll be 5 years. So... Yeah, bro.
Same. I think I started off-road around the same time.
Yeah, bro.
I have an LLC now. I actually just got the bill. I got to pay the little annual thing. It's like $50.
Yeah, you better pay them fees, brother.
So also, you and Stormy Blue have this event company called Intimate Friends. You guys have been doing a bunch of stuff that I think you guys are doing it like pretty creative. Like these events are different than the normal just events we see on the scene, which I think those have a role. It's like you don't want to go to, like, that's what people like and you want to have that. But there is space to get creative, have some different types of events. I like how you guys been doing it. Do you want to just touch on just linking up with Stormy, what it's been like building this Intimate Friends brand? Yeah,
Intimate Friends is dope. And I would say it's a brand designed to connect people, whether it's singles, whether it's regular people, friends, couples, where people just looking for a good community or the right places to go, the right people to hang out with. And we started off this year with the Valentine's Day event. That was a singles event. Then we came back with the game night at the Annex. And then we just recently did the family reunion at the Vibe Park. So we got game night again this Saturday, July 5th. We have adult game night, Battle of the Sexes.
Where's that at?
It's going to be at the Annex. Again, it was dope. We running it back. Usher karaoke, we giving away $100.
Are tickets still available for that?
Tickets still available. Tickets at the door.
Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes. Yeah, Lex Lucent, Baby Oil.
Is that this Saturday?
Yeah, that's this Saturday, 8 to 12. We're going to have a good-ass time, bro. But, yeah, Intimate Friends happened pretty organically. I met Stormy maybe early last year. She was looking for a band to do one of her socials. And, again, Coffee Black. Shout out Coffee Black. I helped her book a band. I just so happened to also be in the band. Fortresses, yeah, I rocked with the band that day. And Fortresses is like a dope collective, so I booked them from time to time.
Yeah, it's like 20 people in that band.
Yeah, it's more than that, but sometimes it's just a hop-in, interchangeable type of thing. But, and it was dope. Her event was dope. Connected with her through that. You know, it was just like, you know, if there's anything I can help you do, that's how we met. And then she came to Neon Fest that we did, the open house at Commune. That shit was crazy.
I was there.
Yeah, Social Supply, Foster Beauty Fashion, shout out to them. And, you know, Neon City of Norfolk. And that shit was jumping. And she was like, yo, this is dope. Maybe we can work on something. And we started talking about a Valentine's Day event. We called that event Intimate Friends, and then we turned it into a brand, you know, so we're still growing now. But Stormy's super dope, man. I think she's a great tastemaker, obviously for food, but also just cool stuff to do in the 7-5. Obviously, you know, you had her on the show, so
yeah, I think she's a real smart girl. I was surprised about all the other things she was into outside of like food and how deep of a dive she was doing on social media and like how it's affecting society and like we talked about a lot. I think we talked about food like not that much on that episode. Like,
and she manages a lot of companies' social media. You know what I mean? Obviously,
yeah, she's a social media manager.
Yeah, so she's Stormy about her business. She getting it done. And, you know, it's super dope. It's an honor to be working with her and just to have a connection to do that. But Intimate Friends is definitely something that I think is growing and something that the area needs. You know, we really focusing on connecting people. And we got some more singles events coming up, too. So, you know, maybe
bro,
I'm the
what I
only
always
single person
say,
in here. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Karen, you...
Wait, what'd you say?
Karen got a shorty. I said I think I'm the only single person in here. I was gonna tell you.
He has a pretty much a wife. He has a kid. He had a kid. Yeah. He's like one now, right?
He got a BM.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lil Man. Man, it's a boy, right? Yeah, hell yeah.
Camden. Shout out my young boy. He got he's cooler than his dad already. I was about to say.
That's how it's
bro.
to
The way I always say it, bro, is like, okay, we have our brands that like podcasts and artists and stuff. Like we're building our scene's internet presence up, but now we need stuff like that brings that energy to real life, which is these events. I think they do a great job of keeping us together. And like, even though like a lot of us, we're not best friends, we don't talk every single day, but like we'll see each other at these events and that's enough to keep us motivated and know there's like other people in the area that have the same vision as you and like want to take this area to the next level. So it's just inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, bro. It's more to do than ever in the 757 right now.
For sure. But also there's still people that find a way to hate on shit that's going on and act like there's nothing going on.
Well, that's a good balance.
Bro, open your eyes.
That's free promo. You know what I mean? People hate on people all the time. And the more you hate, the more you promote somebody else. So stop hating. It's bad for your skin. But, and you know who you are. But, I don't know.
I don't know who he's talking about.
But people be hating, bro.
People be hating, bro. And what it really is, bro, it's people that aren't on their shit. Like, if you're having any type of success in what you're doing, you're able to recognize, like, somebody else doing something dope and, like, get behind them. But now if, like, you're not doing shit, then you're going to find a reason to, like, say somebody else isn't doing shit.
Right. Yeah, bro, I was about to leave. I ain't gonna lie. I was about to get up out the 7-5.
Where you going, bro?
I was going to Atlanta with great reason. You know, I feel like people are always like, oh, you can go be a little fish in a big pond, da-da-da, whatever. Right? But I got a lot of connections in Atlanta. My family down there. I had work projects I could just, you know, hop right in. But, yeah, bro, I feel like, you know, maybe maybe God really want me to be in Virginia. And I'm not in Hampton Roads by chance. And, you know, I have more influence than maybe I realized at a point in the area. And I think the next 10 years in Hampton Roads, bro, are very crucial to the success. Ultimately,
we're at like a crossroads right now.
Yeah, bro. It's either gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years or it's not. That's how I feel.
I think the next 5, before the next 5. I don't think it's gonna take 10.
5 years is not that long.
That's what I'm saying.
Time.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's soon. I think it's approaching.
Yeah, that's what I say. 5 to 10 years. I think 5, we're gonna be like, oh, we busting. In 10, how are we gonna really, really, you know, stabilize these things? Because they can come. You know, how we gonna keep them though? You know, how do we make sure Teddy Riley don't leave or something like that? You know what I mean? If we get another situation
what is the
like
next step? So I think as of right now, we are trying to build the infrastructure of our scene to where it's like, that you see examples of other people doing it. You have like positions that you can just kind of apply for and do. Like you're at the Mocha. Like what is the like missing pieces for our scene? We have artists, we have brands, we have podcasts, platforms, we have events happening. Like how do we solidify these things, and like what are the missing pieces if there is any?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is media and like national media and national brands. You know what I mean? A lot of different ways national brands can be involved, but obviously we don't have any sports teams. We don't have an Apple, Tesla, Universal, Def Jam, none of that. What we do have, though, is one of the most popular beaches, and maybe the most popular beach on the East Coast, a very central location. We have beautiful tourist attractions, and we have a lot of potential. And I think what's going on a lot right now that's going to help a lot, too, is the development of the area. You know, it's got to look a certain way, too. Like when you in D.C., you know, you in Houston, you in New York, the shit look different. And you in Miami, that means a lot to me. Like not only just the colors of what I see, the size of the buildings, how many buildings I'm seeing, architecture, that shit really matters. And so with the Dome, with Atlantic Park, with Rudy's Inlet that's about to get developed.
What's that?
Rudy's Inlet is closer to the low numbers on the Virginia Beach side, but it's literally an inlet. They're redeveloping this whole shit. Bro, it's crazy. I don't know if you've seen it.
What's an inlet? I don't know what that is.
It's a type of body of water that surrounds land, similar to a peninsula, but yeah, that restaurant bust too. But
let's see what it looks like. What are they building there? Just like some restaurants.
Maybe look up Rudy's Inlet rendering development. No, they're building a fucking. It looks like the future, bro. I can't lie. Yeah, there you go.
That right there.
Yeah. So,
what does it say?
Elevated ocean overlooks.
Let me read some of that, Karen. Zoom in on that. Virginia Beach. Walking path on top of the First Street. What did I say? Jetty? Jerry?
Jetty.
That was a jetty.
It's like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
An elevated walkway with an ocean overlook and a grassy sunset lawn cascading towards the Rudy Inlet are among features included in the final design concept. I'm trying to see what's going to be in there. The cost to build it is $70 million.
Dills Architects of Virginia Beach.
Somebody said the mayor said, or vice mayor said, you really, really listen to the public.
That's good.
Making the numbers work is going to be really important. What's going to be there? Just like restaurants?
Design features, gathering, open space communities such as Movie Farmers Market.
Okay.
Interactive water feature, shaded picnic grove, and shared use path where the Virginia Beach Trail eventually will connect into the park and the boardwalk. So they're about to connect the boardwalk to the inlet. And again, on the low numbers, nobody really be on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 3rd, 2nd Street. We don't be down there.
I guess I usually stay around. The highest traffic is probably around like Peabody's, like 21st, right?
It's usually like 17 plus. That's usually where, you know, it be going on. You get Seaside and all that, but nobody really be down there. But they
do need to have some type of way.
Public art, community lawn, event pavilion, water plaza.
Public transportation to like a bus or like not.
They
a
already
bus,
got
but
that.
like what's the other word? Not a train, but
a trolley.
A trolley.
They already got one. At Virginia Beach.
Okay,
it's called.
I think that'll be crucial to connect all of those streets.
It's called the Wave, I think. Yeah,
it might actually be called the Wave.
Yeah, the Wave. Right. It'll take you all the way up and down, and it'll probably take you there too, because it's going to connect.
That'll be crucial. Yeah,
and even with the Wave part, there's like a central public open piece that people will be able to walk through once it's like really open. But
so building out the infrastructure, or building out like actually the physical architecture, more things. You're saying national media, like pushing what we're doing here to like a national audience.
Like Pharrell and Pusha T right now, very crucial. Big, you know, that's real big. Men's Louis Vuitton, head of fashion. Pharrell Williams, Virginia Beach. Pusha T, you know, dressed in housey Gucci from Southern Lady Gaga. You know what I'm saying? 757. The Adidas rollout with the last fashion show, made in Virginia. I don't know if you've seen all of that. Shout out to Chaz. He in Paris right now. You know what I'm saying?
Chaz Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Really fire episode with him.
Yeah, bro. He was just down here not too long ago sharing game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Shabuzi. People like that are on a national level right now that's bringing more eyes to Virginia. It's just like a matter of what are we going to do to maximize this opportunity, but also sustain. Part of it is building the infrastructure to give people fun shit to do, places to live, places to go. Then you need businesses and companies that are rising to the top to create an infrastructure for artists and creatives to excel, not just locally, come to this pop-up, come to this open mic night, but fucking Adidas got a campaign and they looking for an artist. I can get you to do it, and then I can call bro to do the song, you know what I'm saying? And then we plug in that opportunity. Now is a Virginia on this opportunity. The Sparks want to do an NIL deal with a hair care brand, and Sis got a hair, you know what I'm saying? Like really having opportunities funneled to Virginia because they see the talent from the media that's showing this, unique, one of a kind, never seen this before type of region. Like, bro, look at La Russell in Vallejo. You know what I mean? I ain't never thought about going to Vallejo, bro. He got to jump in. Like, I don't know if you hip to La Russell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like, bro, that's from media. Then comes the attention and the eyeballs and the deals. And now he did a deal with, damn, bro.
He's working with like all the biggest people right now.
I might be drunk in this bitch. Crocs.
Selling out the backyard shows.
Yeah, he did a deal with Crocs, with a biking company. Damn, if I don't answer the first time.
Who was it? You want to answer?
Don't call me back again. Nah, that's why I answered the first time.
I think I definitely agree with everything you're saying.
I'm on a podcast,
Okay.
so it's
Who is it? Let me say what's up.
Nah, hello.
Yeah. It's like,
hello? Damn, how you calling? Don't say nothing.
No, I agree with that. And I think a pivotal piece of that is our talent can't leave. We need to be here. Like, you have something to offer. Gabe has something. Everybody has something to offer here, like, and to make this place better. Now, if everybody fucking leaves, then none of this is going to work.
Yeah, shout out to Savannah for telling me to stay at Assembly.
I'm not sure.
Bro, I'm talking about I was out of here, bro. I would have been gone. We wouldn't even be doing this pod right now. I would have pulled back up for the pod the whole time. But, we wouldn't be talking about the things we talk about. I'd have been gone.
I think going somewhere else and doing it is overrated, bro. And I think, like you said, it may be harder because you are starting from a lower position, like you've built a foundation here. But at the same time, bro, like in these other areas, it's people in the same position as you. And that are probably like there's probably somebody in Atlanta that's like, if only I can make it to LA. Somebody in LA, like, if only I can make it to New York. Like,
right.
It's like, bro, if you can do that shit, if you're really good at what you do, you can make it happen anywhere, bro. I'm a firm believer in that.
You're gonna make it where you believe you're gonna make it. And I feel like you're not even necessarily a smaller person if you go to a bigger city. You are, per se, but you just have less resources. And it's this concept that my uncle always drives to me, bro, and it's called Acres of Diamonds. It's this African proverb, and it's talking about this guy. His name was Selmir. No, I'm kidding. And
Selmir +3. Yo, you had me fucking weak when you said that shit the other night. Anyways, my fault.
But he has a farm. You know what I'm saying? Bro's trying to get the farm right. The shit is not working. It won't grow anything. Soil's trash. He done tried for years. Nothing's happening. He bought this land to farm, you know what I'm saying? And nothing's working. He's trying to figure it out. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to sell the farm. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I done tried for years. Nothing's working. I can't get no crops to grow. This, that, and the third. He sold the farm. Obviously, he spent a lot of money, too, on the farm. So after he sells the farm, he's losing money. So he takes what he has and eventually goes broke. Gets, depressed, sad shit, throws himself in the river, kills himself.
The grandpa or the uncle, you said?
Hey, yo, nah. My uncle told me the story. Yeah. Well, the guy who owns the farm. The guy who owns the farm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a name, but he bought this farm, tried to farm it.
Didn't work, sold it.
For years, sold it. Ended up going broke, super depressed, gets sad, throws himself in the river, all over this big investment that he thought was going to change his life, but it didn't. So he when he sells the farm though, he goes like mining because it's like a big diamond mine and gold mine at the same time. So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go find some diamonds. The person who gets the land tries the same thing. They try to farm. Shit is not working. Shit's not sweet. They keep examining the ground so they get somebody to come out and test it, and they notice that the ground is super hard. It's these big ass rocks in the ground. It's obviously you don't be able to do it. And it's diamonds in the backyard. It's acres of diamonds. And it is just about the point that if you mind your own backyard, your own environment, the people you're already connected to, and really maximize that, you will realize you got acres of diamonds in your own backyard, and you don't got to go searching elsewhere for them. And it could lead to your dissolve, essentially, if it's not effective. So
that also just reminds me of, I think it just takes time, and that reminds me of that meme where it's like the dudes are digging.
Yep, and he right there at the shit, and he turn around, shit right there.
Yeah, sometimes you're right around the corner. That's a good analogy.
We got some legendary shit going on in 7-5 right now, bro. Rock the Dock. They said they giving pussy to get tickets for Rock the Dock.
They doing too much, bro. They doing pop-ups now with merch. You got to come get the exclusives.
They're not doing too much,
I'm
bro.
like, bro, drop the tickets, bro. I'm like, Rod, send me the tickets to my DM, bro.
Bro, they're doing. They're doing
great. I think
they're doing what people do in other places that have a lot more stuff going on already. Like,
no, I think what Rock the Dock is really doing is they're expanding the crowd of people that's aware of what we're doing. So it's like I think it's a whole different crowd going to Rock the Dock that might have never been to a Traptastic event, or might have never been to an Intimate Friends event, or might have never been to a Bala or like a Soul Supply event. They're introducing our scene to like a bunch of other people.
But we're also a fragment of the scene. When you talk about the scene, you know what I mean, bro? Like, we're young. How old are you?
29.
Yeah, you're 29, bro. This motherfucker's 45 still on the scene. 40. 37 on the scene.
I like 40.
I ain't throwing nobody age out there, bro.
He's like 39, actually.
Rod, my guy, bro.
Yeah, me too.
And I look up to them like, you know, Rod, Boss Bags, you know, people like that. Like, they got motion, they doing it, bro.
Well, also, what I didn't know is that the part of the people that are part of the Rock the Dock team, they're the ones that throw the R&B block party. Like at the Norva and shit.
Yeah, but they also do the Alumni Fest, you know, that happens with Norfolk State every year. Like, at least I believe that might have been a plug for an extent of it. But yeah, bro, what that is an example of great collaboration and the need to collaborate to take over larger spaces as such. That's 1,500 people at an event. You know what I'm saying? I can get 300 to 500 people at an event. You know what I'm saying? On a real good day. And then we collab with Social Supply. We can maybe hit that 6, 7, kind of where we at with the Mocha thing. But you want to hit that 1,500, that's Traptastic. That's Leon who do Hey Ma. He work with you know, R&B Block Party and a lot of other different things. And a couple other people, you know what I'm saying? That's behind the scenes working on it. So that's what collaboration is about. So when you out here hating on somebody because they doing X, Y, Z, you cutting yourself out of a bag. Because if we really going to do what we got to do out here, it's going to take collaboration. You know what I mean? I can't do it by myself. They can't do it by themselves. And then you have more senior or seasoned groups that are out here doing artist shows consistently. Like, damn, bro. But that's what they do.
People have been doing this shit for like 10 years.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you know.
You could do one event. You can go crazy for a season. But let's see where you're at in 10 years, bro.
Hey, bro, longevity
it's different. It's just different, bro.
This shit is tiring, too, bro. You got to have true purpose other than just, like, to do some shit and look cool. You know what I mean? You can do that anywhere. But, like, we're really trying to change the scene. We're trying to keep people here. We're trying to connect people, show people what's fun shit to do here, put niggas on to this talent that's really right here in our backyard. Like, that's really what we're trying to do and provide opportunities for people to release, connect, go up a level, whatever the case may be. But, yeah, bro. So, really, the name of the game right now in the 7-5, if you really want to get on, if you want to see the scene change, if you want to one day reach this level of, you know, maybe Pharrell influence or Missy, or maybe you just want to hit a Tommy Richmond level, you know what I mean? Or you want to be like Boss Bags, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take some collaboration. It's going to take some time. But there's, I think, a blueprint that's, you know, being more established in the area. We just need more national eyes, national attention, and some bigger brand deals, you know what I mean?
I think it'll take collaboration. It'll take you doing your best at what you do, getting good at it, having pride in our area and wanting to see it go to the next level. I had a conversation with Gabe recently. He said something I never really thought about, and it was like, we don't want the general public at every event. Like, we have to protect these space. Like you said earlier, he was like, we have different scenes. Like, we're like the younger part of the scenes. Right. And I'm kind of thinking about, like, yo, we're all just one 757 scene. But it's like, no, there is these different niche scenes within our scene. And some of those things we want to keep niche.
Yeah, I mean, you know, bro, it's just like, go back to the water example. Deer Park is sold to people who drink Deer Park. If you drink sparkling water out of a glass container, you're not really going to fuck with this Deer Park like that. But we need that Deer Park for the demographic of people that's going to drink that water. Shout out to Deer Park. I need a deal.
Ask for you if you want some, by the way.
Yeah, good looks. But general public not being at events, some events.
Not at every event.
Yeah,
like certain things, they're not meant for everybody.
Yeah, because, you know, you're right. But I think I'm over here thinking about how likely is it for the general public to just pull up to one of our events. Not as likely for regular people. And I don't know, I always create room for people I don't know, or just like random people who might see it on Eventbrite or just hear about it and pop up. I've had some crazy shit happen with some regular people.
Like what?
Oh, bro. I was doing a speed dating event. This was last year, Valentine's Day, at Only You. And I did a ticketed event. I think I'm the only person to date to do a ticketed event at Only You. Shout out to...
What do you mean ticketed? I've been to a few ticketed events there.
You had to pay for a ticket?
Yeah.
At Only You?
Yeah, Sonny and Gabe show, which I think I got it for free, but they're all tickets. It's been a few ticketed events there.
He didn't even have to pay for a ticket.
I didn't, but
I'm just messing with you.
It was available.
But at the time, at least.
The New Year's show?
At the time, at least, I think, though. I don't think they was doing ticketed events because of CEP shit. But anyways.
It was a speed dating event.
We did a speed dating event there. I get there to set up, bro. There's this guy, he's already there, ready, like...
ready to flirt. He like, what is show?
I'm talking about, we ain't even set up yet. They're like, yeah, he's here for the blind dating event. And he's blind. And I'm like...
blind?
I'm like, what do you mean? This is speed dating. He's like, well, he's blind. Shout out to bro, man. I had to make sure the ladies was talking to him and shit. But yeah, bro was blind.
He might have thought it was a real, like, blind
bro.
dating. Like,
his homies came, dropped him off. They looked like they set him up. Some real assholes. That was with him. I was like,
yo, him off in front of the wrong building. He's just trying to find the annex.
But bro, nah. He's sitting there. Halfway through the event, I hear glass shatter. They get this man a glass Coca-Cola, bro. He blind. Why you give him glass? Broke his drink in the middle of the event, bro. You know, that's some general public shit, though. Like, he's not. He just saw it.
Did bro walk away with something?
I don't think so, bro.
Damn.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like
the girls was talking to him though, man. Shout out to them girls.
What if, ironically, it happened to be a blind girl there as well, and they hit it off? That'd be beautiful.
I would have never saw it coming.
I don't think they would have either.
That went over your head, but
I think that went over your head.
What'd you say?
I said I don't think they did either.
Oh, well, that's what I said. Nonetheless, yeah.
That's crazy though. He had the whole walking stick and all that.
Bro, I'm talking about eyes like back of the head type shit. Like, you know how to.
Shout out to bro. I want to find his Instagram. I hope if you were watching this, bro, send me a DM. I'll interview you. Why did you just pull this up? He's in there like, what should he look like?
He was in there like, let me touch your wrist, baby. The Ray Charles shit.
That's fucking.
I don't know if you ever seen Ray.
It's crazy because you don't really see that many blind people like out and about. Like where they at?
Yeah, bro. They probably don't get out much. They're back to the store and shit, you know.
Oh,
they're not finna be on a scene. You know what I mean?
Neuralink is actually
have a Travis Scott.
Elon's company Neuralink is actually, I think, close to like restoring
in local
sight.
News. Blind man stomped to death.
In local news, blind man gets twerked on at the annex. Fire. Last question I really had, bro, is okay. So you've been working at the Mocha. You've been doing these events, building Coffee Black. I feel like I don't know if you fell back or did like an intentional pivot away from music, but what's like, are you still making music? What's up with that?
I'm definitely making music, bro. Definitely making a lot of music too. And even more of a need of why I want to push Coffee Black to a standalone itself is so I can just make Kelo more so about music. You know what I mean? Because music is my number one love. Music is what I want to do. Music is what I know I can impact a lot of people through. But I also have a great opinion of that music is entertainment, you know what I mean, along with other things. So when I look at the maximum impact, you know, of what I'm doing, music can impact a lot, but like a Coffee Black that can get to a level of like a, you know, like a let's say MTV, BT, or like a Ice Cube Productions, or let's say like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
That can impact more lives than just yours.
Right. You know, that's the ultimate goal. But yeah, bro, definitely still making music. I got a project coming out real soon. 2 projects actually. One of them is a solo EP, and then the other one is a duo that I'm doing with somebody. My boy King Koofy, that's coming out real soon. So I got music coming up out the clip, bro. I got the Yes Fest recorded live. I got that whole shit recorded live on audio. So that's 8 tracks right there, Kelo and Friends. Definitely pushing the music, bro. I got enough music to drop for years every week. And that's like kind of at the point that I'm at now. Like, bro, let me just drop all this music because, you know, why not?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were still thinking about music. I don't know if you were kind of in the same boat as me where I really did love making music. That was like my first love. But like as I got older, I realized like my passions evolved and I was just like, it started being more interested in other things. So I don't know if you were there or you're just like kind of on hiatus and like still planning to come back full force, or like, I don't know.
I think I'm still most interested in music. I think too the events take a lot of your time, you know. So until I get more Coffee Black on autopilot mode when it comes to events, you know, which I brought some people on the team to really help me out a lot, that have helped with, you know, simple stuff that seems simple, but it takes time, you know. Make sure the flyer's done, setting up the event, pay out for vendors, making sure everything is broke down properly. We got a good work back schedule, et cetera, et cetera. The marketing is together. Different people to help maximize or maintain a project allows me more time to do what I want to do, which is ultimately music. But again, Coffee Black is based in music, and I think music has a part or a portion of all the different things that we do. If we're doing a photo shoot, you know, it's probably some music playing in the background. If it's video, there's a score, there's an audio piece of it. If it's an event, obviously music. So, yeah, bro, music is my number one love, bro. So the project coming out real soon, bro. It's called It'll Never Be Perfect. It'll never be perfect. Yeah, exclusive drop on
That's
Off-World.
a solo or that's a duo?
That's a solo. It'll Never Be Perfect. You know, another exclusive drop for Off-World, man. We got a music conference coming to Virginia real soon in September. I think y'all gonna enjoy this one.
What's that?
Hey, man, I don't know. I mean, you know, it's coming real soon, bro. September.
Was like panels, speakers.
We're bringing in some major record label executives. We're also bringing in some major brands, kind of like we were just talking about what is needed to be here. It's called AmplifyCon. It's mainly surrounding music, musical talent. So bringing in some national talent as well.
Bro, keep me in mind if you need a
3-day festival, bro, or 3-day conference. But it's not a conference, bro. It's really a ignition to show people how to start and continue and to finish maximizing the talent that's here in our region. We also have, you know, 200,000 college students within 2 hours of Norfolk. You know what I mean? When you really think about that and where we at, bro, it's time to get it popping. So we bringing in the people and the resources that's needed, workshops, panel conversation, performances, different things over 3 days.
That sounds fire.
Networking opportunities.
That sounds fire. Keep me in mind, bro, because I want to get on some of these. Like, it's been so many panels. I'm surprised nobody ever hits me up. Like, I want to moderate some
strong
shit.
opinions,
I want to
man.
be on a panel.
Fuck with you.
I think it'll be fun. I think I'll do well at it.
You get up there, don't talk about Trump, bro.
I'm not.
You ain't gonna be able to talk about.
Keep it on topic.
You can't talk about Trump.
That's probably the
you're
let's
gonna
invite
get
some
cooked,
here,
bro. It's just you're gonna. Get
I don't
cooked.
care about Trump that much. I mean, I don't even know if you're actually being serious about that statement. But
no, I'm dead ass.
I do want to get on some of these panels and like I would love to moderate some shit.
You'll get cooked talking about Donald Trump. You might as well talk about like gay people or like AIDS in the 90s type shit. Like, oh, he said this. So
well, I would like to think that our crowd is open to hearing other people's opinions, but I wouldn't. If we're really being serious, I wouldn't talk about Trump at a fucking music conference. That's just weird.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't care that much.
He also fucking up music though, bro. Like some of the a lot of these DEI grants and shit, like bro, a whole president of the university had to step down because of a legal action order essentially sent from the government based on a DEI and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Targeting those things is implicitly racist, whether or not you're racist or not. You know what I'm saying? Let's go fuck up this thing that makes equal opportunity for people we have negatively, treated, systemically organized, put into projects, all types of stuff, right? Let's go fuck with that, ain't bothering nobody type shit. So that even affects funding for something like AmplifyCon. If I'm looking at different organizations to get funding that we're getting percentages of DEI budgets that can't even say that they do DEI no more, that ultimately don't have that budget, can't invest into these crucial things that need people to happen. Like you look at different festivals that's losing sponsorship, like Essence Fest, based off of some of these things. Even Virginia Mocha lost $34,000 because of Donald Trump, ultimately. So,
How'd they lose it? Because of some program that got cut for DEI?
You heard of IMLS, International MLS. It's for museums and
international.
It's for museums and libraries.
Okay.
Museums, libraries.
I haven't heard of that.
IMLS. Yeah, they closed that bitch. Lisk Hampton Roads, which is one of the greatest funders of small businesses in Hampton Roads, just
the
got
Institute
closed.
of Museum and Library Services is a federal agency that provides grant funding to museums and libraries across the United States.
Closed.
Their mission is to advance, support, and empower these institutions through grant making. In the last grant cycle, they awarded $55 million to various institutions, including
They said close that shit.
Why'd they close it, Karen? Type in why did it get shut down?
Plan 2025. What's it called?
Project 25.
Yeah.
Cuts library funding, what it means for students.
Yeah, bro. So that happened.
I don't know.
Lisk Hampton Roads is.
I don't like that you're trying to make me seem like I'm super pro-Trump when I.
Oh no, I'm not trying
really
to make you pro-Trump,
but
I'm
I'm
just
not
highlighting.
I'm not super
why I'm
fucking
not.
Democrat either. I would say I'm in the middle.
Bro.
I'm able to look at both sides and not have a bias to where I immediately shut down
that's
what
fine.
somebody's saying because they're saying
That's fine. That's
something
fine.
I don't disagree or I don't
That's
agree
fine.
with.
But
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you asked me, I say burn this whole shit down. I ain't even.
I would say no.
Democrat,
don't do that.
Republican shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, a lot of times people will think that to
Real shit,
make
bro.
something better, you got to burn the whole thing. Well, there's a lot of great things we have, so I wouldn't say burn it to the ground. That's like in what was that shit in China back in the day when they had that revolt where all the young people killed all the old people? You remember that?
That doesn't sound wise.
Yeah, that was the same idea though. Let's burn this whole shit down because it sucks. So they literally tried to kill. They were like, there was kids killing their college professors and shit. Like
Damn.
the youth killed elderly because they were so against what was happening and they wanted to start over.
What was that called? I need to look into that.
What was that shit called? It was some type of revolution. It was the what was bro's called? Something with the M, I want to say.
Hey, shout out to them boys at the Hamptons.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Hamptons. Thank you for the shirt, guys. If you want to get me on your panel, I won't talk about Trump. Let me moderate some shit.
I'm fucking weak.
Yeah, bro. I love it, bro. Always love talking to you. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with? Anything else you want to touch on? Game night is this Saturday. If you're watching this right now, this is going to be out on Friday, so it's tomorrow.
Bet.
Night Shift 3, July 18th.
July 18th.
Tickets are available for both of those events.
Go get your tickets, man. Battle of the Sexes, again, July 5th, this Saturday. Hosted by myself, Stormy Blue. Sounds by Baby Oil. No Diddy. I don't even want to put that in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro
Baby
said his
Oil,
name
cause-
is officially cooked now.
I mean, I think he got to stick with it at this point. You know what
I think it'll be great marketing, honestly.
Yeah, and then Lex Lucent on the ones and twos. $100 Usher karaoke. Big Jenga, Uno, Spades, all of that. We got a single, not single wristband. You know, do with that as you will. July 18th, Social Supply, Thank You Gallery, Night Shift 3. 757 Grill is going to be there doing a pop-up.
I think also at Night Shift 3 is the first, like, recorded Social Supply set in a while. I feel like they haven't done it in a few months. Right?
I think they just recorded the joint they did with Jay Murphy and them in D.C. And they might have recorded the one
that was
in New
DC.
York, too.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I know they ain't dropped in a minute, I believe. But, you know, I know they working. So
I think I'm going to come to that Mocha one. Well, is it on a Saturday? If it's on a Saturday, we probably won't be able to make it, though. What's July 18th? Is that
July
Saturday?
18th. I think it's a Saturday. I can't remember.
I think I have a pod that night. It's a Friday. Okay. so
Friday, even better.
I might be there.
July 18th. We got Rich Medina coming from, I believe he's from Florida. Real big DJ. Really big deal to have like somebody flying in from another state to really do be a part of this event.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be
Grab those tickets. Appreciate you, bro.
Off-World Podcast, man. If you're not listening to Off-World, what you doing?
Come on. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. All bros links will be in the description. Yeah. See you guys soon.